This is Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. This is the fourth video installment for this Apple case study, technical analysis, and it's going to be the last one just because I want to move on to other things. But if we take a look at the stock now from a daily chart, it's now trading at 461. If we take a look at the daily chart, we see that it's running into a major resistance area because on the RSI, if we take that low, draw a straight line, now this sentiment level becomes your break level where we broke down here, which happens to be around the high at about 680. Now we've come back, the RSI has come back over many months and it's hit that level and is now coiling to the downside. Now that resistance precisely at this level here is a technical sell signal. Don't forget that also on the daily we see that now we are running into resistance at the 55-day moving average. Now that's a Fibonacci number, that's why I'm using that moving average of 55. So that is an area where you'd expect additional resistance. Don't forget that we have a primary line here. This is a primary line. The reason why I say it's primary is because it connects to a 52-week low. That makes it a significant trend line. So if the price comes and breaks that down the road, expect a big move lower in the stock. Also, if this formation remains intact and we move back below 50 on the daily RSI, expect another big drop to the downside on a daily closing basis whenever that happens. Don't forget, if we break this RSI trend line here, that's going to also lead to a push to the downside because this connects to a 52-week low, which makes it a significant trend line. Now let's go to the hourly chart. The hourly chart for the stock really says a lot. I've repeated this over the last couple of videos. It's very evident that this area on the RSI has been troublesome for the stock going back many months since the highs here. As you can see, every time, let me remove that, every time we had this RSI hit that level, try and show that to you in the most effective way I can. You see over the past, every time the RSI rolled over in this area where I show the red arrows, I'll remove those in a second. These red arrows here show you where there was resistance on the RSI hourly level. So this sentiment level, this level here, as far as sentiment is concerned, has been stalling this stock. And you can see over the last couple of days what we've done here is that we had a double top this time round. Now that double top tells me that this is a more serious high because now we are going to break this hourly trend line here, support, and this is based on a primary line because this is a 52-week low, which means that this low is significant and any break of that trend line usually leads to a big move to the downside. So the stock is showing us a double top at a resistance level on the hourly chart there, which to me tells me watch out for a significant pullback here. Also, if I take a look at the MACDs, already I can see that there's gonna be a push to the downside here because if you take on an hourly basis, this is gonna be a major break because this is based on a 52-week low trend line. And down the road with MACD is gonna have to break this level here. Basically, looks to me like the stock is setting up to move lower. Now, let me take a look at the weekly chart to conclude this video. On the weekly chart, what we are looking at here is a stock that is now starting to struggle to hold this 10-week moving average. All right, this 10-week moving average has been resistance ever since it broke down here, here, again here. It almost touched that level here. And so now we seem to be stalling. We can't hold above that 10-week moving average. Definitely resistance at the 13-week moving average. So there's a lot of resistance there. But the RSI is where there's a lot of information. What the stock to me is saying is it's been unable to move above this level on the RSI. As it struggles to hold that level on the RSI, the problem here is that now if it rolls over on a weekly basis and trends lower, that's really going to push this price to the downside. And at threat is taking out this 52-week lows that it made in March of 2013, a few weeks ago. So the chart on a weekly basis is also showing signs of weakness here. Now, to me, the stock is going to be a buy when the MACD moves above this level here and this level here. That's, to me, when there's going to be a solid buy signal, because this is where the MACD stalled. It tried to move higher here, stalled, so it has to take out that MACD node for it to move higher, or this MACD node here, based on the MACD settings that I show on the chart. So to summarize, to me, the hourly chart speaks a lot here, because we see a stock whose hourly chart shows the resistance around this level. We have a double top. I suspect now we see this stock come down, and it needs to take out these recent highs here for you to even consider it a buy. Really, that's the best way to play this. Wait for the stock to break out above recent daily closing highs before you can go back in. Eric Muathe with Muathe.com. I hope the 4-part series has been helpful to you. Otherwise, see you on the other side. Peace and a blessing. Mwah. I am out. Woo!